Hello, hello, it's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone-in show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls from the fans. Hello, hello, it's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone-in show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself on the panel this evening is the one and only Bridgeman and Big Ulster. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much, Ox.
Hi, can I say a big good evening to the boys in the panel? Huge good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans all over the world listening in to us tonight. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are you, Bridge? How's things, mate? The old Bridge front?
Oh, I'm as happy as a pig and you know what. That was a great, shall we say, great result for our club last night. Getting through, superb, absolutely happy, very happy.
Oh, I wish I could share your enthusiasm. I think
No, it's not getting into the nitty-gritty. Just the mere fact that we're through in Europe and that takes away.
Yeah, let's move on. Million quid in a hit and move on, yeah. We critiqued the performance. I've had time to reflect. I'm pretty fair with what we said, Ulster, but I think it's on that particular performance. It's no intimating that the whole season is going to be like that. I think we will get better. There will be changes. And the team and the club will involve.
Yeah. Oh, well, no doubt about it, mate. That's what I say. As I said, the first game at Ibrox, it's the weakest side that we'll have, or Stephen Gerrard will have, while he's there as manager. Obviously, because there's only so many changes he can make in such a quick space of time. So I've no doubt about it. The manager came out, he was honest with the performance. We're all very happy we're through, of course we are, but I think he came out with an open and honest interview where our strengths were good and where our weaknesses were pretty poor, unfortunately, in certain areas of the pitch. And he came out and didn't dress it up. And I've full confidence in our manager that he'll be looking at that, and there's no doubt he'll be sorting that problem out, or as many as he can in this first window.
I've got to admire Stephen Gerrard for the way he conducted himself and the way he cut his jib. I know what you were like, Bridge. Every time you put on a shirt and tie, you used to say, "I swear I'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth." But
well, yeah,
sometimes, but sometimes you have to move on. His assessment of the game was pretty much the same as ours. Huh?
Well, I think we were in tune with him in that sense. I think that he, because of who he is and the position he's got at the club, and what he sees, if he's watching the same game as us and he sees it through different eyes, of course, and we're speaking about somebody who is one of the finest players, midfield-wise, that the world has ever produced, and he sees what he sees, and what he's saying is absolutely along the same lines as we're saying, but he probably says it a bit quieter and a bit more professionally, and maybe that means a lot more coming from him, because if the players are listening to what he had to say, then they need to make their minds up what they're going to do, because the manager's actually saying you weren't that great last night in certain parts, so we're going to be looking at that. And if you're still not got it and you can't do it, then put your hands up and say, no, it's not for me, I'll go elsewhere.
I don't think they'll have nobody a decision to make unless they're hanging on for wages, Ulster. I think our team are involved. I think there was out the back five, including the goalkeeper, there's only one player for last year. Then the rest of the team was pretty much similar to what we had a lot of the time last year. And I think that's going to change quite dramatically in the next 6 months. Yourself?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's going to change. There's no doubt about it, mate. It's as you said last night yourself. There could be a few names that we haven't expected. I know we always rhyme off the same ones that we've been getting rid of. We'll be talking about one of them later, obviously, who's left the club today. But you might get a few eye openers that we maybe haven't expected to leave. So it'll be interesting to see. But as I said earlier, I do have full confidence in the manager to get it right. And we have a few loan players. We have Sadiq, obviously, and Koulibaly with players we haven't seen yet that might add a wee bit more to us. So yeah, there's no doubt there's more comings and goings. I think we've got about 6 weeks of the transfer window left, so there's a lot of deals still to be done.
All right. I mean, everybody's heard your thoughts. Obviously, we'll talk about it a bit more, but it'd be great to hear some fresh input and people's thoughts last night and where we're going, Bridge. So what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or you can join us at Skype at rangersradio.online where you'll be brought into the call. What can I talk about, Ulster?
Everything Glasgow Rangers, of course.
Okay, I've posted in the lobby, but the Rangers Radio Fraternity have started giving to the page. A couple of people gave last night. Great efforts, we're all concerned. It's our own Old School Blue, who's raising money for Macmillan, the Macmillan charity by shaving all his golden locks off, Bridge, yeah?
Well, he had long locks. When I met him, a couple of times I met him, and if he hasn't touched them since then they're going to be very long, and it's going to be hard for him to get rid of them. But it's a big thing he's doing, big thing.
I shared the hotel room with him, and it took him a long time to get the lock sorted out. And you're typing, mate. I can hear you from here. So if you've got any spare change, get it in there. Get it donated to the Macmillan Cancer. A great cause and a great guy doing a great deed. Magnificent effort, Ulster, eh?
100%, yes. This is it, mate. And I know how much those long locks mean the Old School. So for him to do this is a big thing, because he's been growing this for a long time. So yeah, well done, mate. And he's doing it for a fantastic cause, and we can all champion that. That's a cause that most of us, I'm sure, have been affected by. So great work, Old School, and I hope you get what you need, mate.
And cancer is something that it touches most families at one time or another in their life, you know.
Yeah, I lost my father to that.
Yeah. I've no way to go into what's happening with my bit. Look, great effort, but we're on Old School Blue. I'll post it again in the lobby for the Rangers Fraternity. The Rangers Radio Fraternity will be posted on my other devices. And without Old School Blue, we might not have a show, Bridgeman, because you know the work he does for us.
Yeah, most assuredly, he's doing a tremendous job, or has done, and continues to do a fantastic job for Rangers Radio. And to all intents purposes, he loves it, and we love him. Simple as that.
And he's gone through a lot of stress at his own particular time and his own relationship at the moment, because a certain players left the club. But I'm sure we'll discuss that later on.
And I just want to reiterate at that point, by the way.
Old School Blue knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. No, but I just want to reiterate at that point, because I know, like, people listening to the show, and they probably hear the same us boys blathering away most nights, but Old School does so much. He does do so much behind the scenes. He's on looking after this show. He's looking after the Twitter. He's looking after the Facebook. He does so much for the show to bring it out there and broadcast it for everybody. So I'd like to also thank him for all the work he does. He's a fantastic guy.
There's Cumbrian Bears.
Congratulations, well done.
Cumbrian Bears get a cash donation, and he wants to send it to somebody. I was going to suggest send it to Skipper, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
I don't think you should. Skipper might buy a new trombone with it, or some other implement.
That's true.
If Cumbrian Bear can do...
no, he doesn't get involved in online stuff, mate, but I'm sure...
No PayPal. It doesn't do PayPal, no.
There's no get any pals.
Well, that's true. That's true. Sorry for laughing for Cumbrian Bear.
That's how he's not getting any pals. He wouldn't pay them back. Anyway, great effort by Marine Old School Blue. And we're going to... By the way, we will be mentioning it every night up to the end of August, won't we, Bridge?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
All right. Okay, so once again, if you want to join us, give your thoughts on the game. What's the number, Ulster?
It's 0141 356 1973.
Where else can I join us, Bridge?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and Fox will bring him right in if there's any problems. He'll bring him right in. He's very good at it. Very good.
Yep. To talk about particularly last night's game and anything else that's happened. So now you've had time to calm down and think about it. Who was the guys that shone for you last night, Bridge? In a let's say a below average performance.
I think everybody in defensive role, I mean, including Tavernier in this, I thought all of them shone, but primarily Mr. McGregor and the two centre-backs, really, really good games. Not very much went past them. When they did get past them, the goalkeeper was there at hand to do the business that he needed to do. I think most of our problems came particularly down their left or our right, where, again, Mr. Tavernier made a few wee mistakes in defence, but that's where most of their penetration runs were trying to come down our right side. But we did well, no problem at all. I think our weakest area was in our midfield. There seemed to be some confusion, to say the least.
Stick to the questions. What was who stood out for you?
It stood out for me was the defence, particularly central defence. Yeah, absolutely.
So you're liking the cut of the boy. Who you preferring at the two of them so far?
Oh, I think Goldson's... is it Goldson, isn't it? Goldson.
Brilliant. So it'd be great to hear from Connor Goldson on last night's performance. It took a while, Bridge, but we got there.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a good player. Good player for us.
If you don't mind going on mute, Bridge, we'll hear from Connor Goldson.
How did you rate that performance this evening?
Yeah, it was good, professional. I thought we'd done the job what we needed to do. We didn't need to do anything silly, and we managed the game well. They had really no chance until the one at the end, but I think it was professional. We'd done it all right, and we came here and done the job that we wanted to do.
You must be pleased with the defensive display, a clean sheet this evening.
Yeah, it's good. I said when I come here that all I wanted to do was keep clean sheets, and that's all we say to each other, and it's the whole team, it's not just the back four. We're all working hard for each other. It starts from Alfredo at the top, and he's working hard for the team, and then the whole team follows him.
You're building a team here, so what do you expect to be done differently moving forward into the next round of this?
I'm sure it'll be tougher. Obviously no disrespect to these, but I'm sure it'll be a tougher tie in the second round, but we'll keep improving. We're still in pre-season really. That was only our third game, second 90 minutes for a lot of the boys, and I thought we looked good, but we'll keep getting fitter and we'll keep getting stronger, and I'm sure we'll come together more as a team.
Are you enjoying it? Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. It's good to be playing football again. I'm enjoying myself, and hopefully it'll just be a good season. I'm looking forward to playing 90 minutes every week. That's what I come here for, and I'm enjoying doing it.
Honest, again, Bridge, they're in pre-season, so we'll be better for that game last night. So fair, honest.
Yeah, absolutely. It comes across very well. He's said what we saw. He believes the team are going to get better, and most professionals will know after one game that where's the weak parts and how they're going to go there. He himself has come through like a shining light, but I really do think he's been better. So he's right. The guy's right. We will improve.
All right. We will improve. Fitness, game time, new players, new club, back four. There is some positives for last night, Big Ulster.
Yeah, there is. I can understand why Connor Golson's a happy fellow, because obviously, I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I would say that's probably his first games in Europe. I'm just guessing that, and I don't know that for sure. And obviously, getting clean sheets and in both of those games, he'll be a happy camper, I'm sure. And he's done well there with Cottage, and obviously Flanagan. So the defence played pretty well, pretty solid. So I think he's obviously happy with the performance. And I'm sure he's not going to. He may be a bit disappointed with some of the going forward play, but he's not going to say that. His job's centre back. His job's the defence. If defence is playing well, he'll be happy, I'm sure. And I think he's right. They just done what they had to do. 0-0 away from home, just get the win, because we went over last season with a 1-0 win or in the first leg, and they ended up it all went pear-shaped. So I can't give the team too much stick for going away from home. All right, we maybe expected more, as in goals, but it was 0-0. We're through to the next round, so it's pass marks.
Did anybody happen to see the team photo today when we lined up before the tie? Did you see that, Bridge and Tom, and any of the media outlets?
No, I did not, pal, no.
Well, when you seen the young boy McCrory, and we don't want to go into Ross, we gave an honest critique of his game last night, and hopefully Ross will kick on and improve. He's got a lot of attributes, and he's a good Ranger, so we are right behind him. We just gave our thoughts on the particular game, but when you seen him standing between Katic and Goldson, mate, he did look like a wee boy, mate. You know, he's about maybe 2 or 3 inches smaller than the two of them, but I looks at it.
Yeah.
And the physique, and the difference in the physique, even though he's roughly the same age as Katic, it just shows you. We thought he was, when you see it, and you've always
Big
talked
fella,
about big
yeah.
centre halves, you can see the difference in the physique. Doesn't make you a good player, the physique or whatever, but you can see the attributes there.
And also the position that young lad's playing in, there's an expectation to have a wee bit of beef about you and be able to withstand and give out, you know, that kind of thing. But he just looks a young lad, a slippy boy.
I don't know if you happen to see that, Ulster. Anyway, we'll be joined by Fox. Evening, Fox.
Hello there.
Hello there. How we doing, mate? All right?
Yes, fine, thank you very much.
How's your day been in the catering front?
It's been a bad day all round for me. I'm not going into any details, but
All right,
whoever fund my jam donuts on the 18 bus, please hand them in.
Oh, Foxy, what you like? You're brilliant, by the way, brilliant.
That's a fishy tale, isn't it?
Oh, what a shocker. What a shocker he is.
Knew that we would take somebody's thinking I've cracked it. Oh, I got
dear.
Knew that it would time to reflect. Fox, what's your thoughts on last night's performance?
I think it's just generally job done, move on, mate. You have games like that. I think the sort of deficiencies in our front line was kind of showing up a wee bit last night, but hopefully they'll improve as we go on. The first real test of our defence and attack is the first time we go behind in a game, and we'll soon see if they've got the team spirit to get us through. So I think we've just got to wait and give them time to gel, as Big Goldson was saying there, and see how they progress. I mean, under Warburton we started on fire and went backwards, so maybe this time a gradual build-up to playing really well will see us in a better state come the end of this season.
Were you impressed the way Bridge slid us into that interview? How we done it?
I am always impressed with Bridge.
I was really impressed with him, Ulster, the way he just slid it in there, didn't he? He built it up lovely.
Oh,
Shockers.
yes.
He's a shocker, the Perry is.
He's a professional, of course.
Yes, he's been called worse. But Fox, work in progress. New players are going to come in. We're not always going to be playing that system. I think it was a good exercise to play that system. I don't know, sometimes I would want to have that many forward-thinking players just all standing up apart. It becomes a 5-5, if you know what I mean. But the manager's development, he's got them working hard. Even last night when we didn't play particularly well, you couldn't fault some of the work ethic.
No, when you think that the majority of the squad's only been together for a month, including the manager, mate, maybe they've done well to even, they've done well to get through the tie, but they've done well to keep 2 clean sheets for a brand new defence and the other players, meeting the other players for the first time. Overall, it's probably a good result for us.
Aye, you're going to put it into context, mate. You're going to look how the Scottish clubs have fared in the last few years, ourselves included, mate. It's been appalling, isn't it? Fox, it's been appalling, isn't it?
There's been 2 Scottish clubs, myself and that other mob for Edinburgh, mate. I bet you that must be the first time the first 2 have played and get through in their ties. So I suppose there is a bit of progress there. I mean, the mere coefficient points we get amongst all the Scottish club benefits all the clubs as well, you know.
Yep, and if people want to join us and give their thoughts on last night's game with fresh voices, what's the number, mate? Fox?
0141 356 1972.
You can join us on rangersradio.online, where you'll be brought on the call on Skype to talk about anything. What can you talk about, Ulster?
Everything Rangers.
And who can you talk to, Bridge?
They can talk to everybody on the panel, all of us.
And everybody that's listening, innit?
And everybody that's listening, they're talking to them, yes, and they can talk to us and they can answer questions if they want.
Yes. And if
in fact, they're talking to the world, isn't they?
The world. Padgy's missus can do it. Anybody can do it. Is that right, Fox?
That is correct. I mean, that's the whole point of the show, or else we maybe be better to switch into a podcast. If nobody phones in, they'll get sick of listening to us. If they aren't already.
Already? I was going to take the words right in my mouth, mate. So it'd be great to hear from callers on their thoughts on the game, where we're going, or where it takes us, you know, where it's taken us so far. Who's impressing you? Who you're worried about? You know, because I think it's fair to say that we're no firing up front, Bridgeman.
Well, we saw that, didn't we? We saw that, and we've been seeing it for a wee while. It's a pity because I quite like the way Murphy goes about his business. I don't know whether he just runs out of pace, runs out of ideas. But when he gets in there and he's very clever, very good player, and he scores. He's definitely not a bad goal scorer for us. But when you think great chances come along, and I think he had a chance of a header, the ball came across, he had a good chance to flick it in. I'm not saying they were 100% chances by any stretch of the imagination, but they were chances that you would expect a professional footballer to be able to make contact with the ball properly, but it didn't happen for us. And I'm afraid that our centre forward, our main striker, much the same, wasn't making contact with the ball correctly at all, and possibly not even thinking where the ball is at times, you know. So I don't know where his head was.
Let's just say a bad day at the office, mate, and then hopefully there'll be improvement there, you know.
Absolutely.
Ulster, the forward part of the team, no firing yet. I mean, did we miss Arfield last night, or it was just a below average performance, do you think?
A wee bit of both. I think we missed a wee bit of Arfield's creativity in there, definitely. I think we've talked about this as well yesterday. Obviously, it's maybe just the same players from last season playing in those certain positions, and it's just we're having the same old issues with him. I think Candace doesn't look comfortable where he's playing at the minute. Whether he'll still be playing there when everybody's fit and available, that remains to be seen. But I think Candace does a lot more for if he's out playing the wide position. I'm a wee bit worried with the striking options, to be fair, because Morelos' confidence is shot to pieces. It looks like that anyway, and he seems to be steadily getting worse. I don't want to say that like in a bad way, but you know what I mean. It just doesn't look like it's happening for him. He's not the same player who was there for us at the start of last season. But I think we just need a few more options there, Ox, to be honest, you know, and they can maybe sort of kick a few bums, as you say, hopefully, with Sadiq obviously coming in, another striker option. We hope he does the job for us. And obviously you're going to have a Koulibaly, etc. coming in. But that's the only issues for me. But it is early. It is early on. I don't want to give them too much stick, to be honest, because they've got us through. And hopefully this is a game that will not be... we're talking about now, obviously, but as the months go on, it's probably a game we'll forget about, unlike last season, when we got put out so early. It's a game we're still talking about yesterday, even, with the pain and sorrow of what happened away to Progress. But this is a game that'll be in the distant memory in the next few weeks. Let's just hope it's another wee bit of experience getting into the next few games as the season starts.
Yeah, Skipper was going to phone in, but he can't. He's moose full of donuts. He found them on a bus.
I was going to say, and there, Butterbean's put a lovely photograph in the lobby. Have a look in the lobby if you can.
Not seen that.
There's a cracking photograph of donuts in the lobby. Foxy's going absolutely bananas in there, screaming no, you know.
I've never banned MD after the show, mate, but that's pushing it for me.
Bobby, that's brilliant, Barry. Absolutely brilliant. Well done.
I'm hearing rumours that Butterbean's going to do a gardening programme between 8 and 9 on a Friday night. Have you heard anything about this, Bridge?
No, I've not. I'll tell you what, I'm sure I heard a wee ditty, something about it earlier on Skipper, but I think it was Skipper asking him, when are you going to do the gardening show?
Yes,
Well,
I'm
that'll be
hearing rumours
interesting. Something like
between 8 and 9 on a Friday night. He's our gardening expert, Ulster.
The gardening expert.
But he might be very good at gardening for all we know. I mean, we don't know much about him.
Oh, he does. Oh, Butterbean. He's going to date with Fox. But Fox is our grass expert.
Fox is grass expert. Oh, Foxy, brilliant.
I'm going in the right off here.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely superb. Oh, Oxia, that's one of your best. That's for sure. Oh,
that'd be a great show, Butterbean and Fox, wouldn't it, Ulster?
A great pairing.
Why? Oh, great pairing, all right, yes.
My mate
Foxy
Butterbean.
Titchmarsh.
Butterbean Dimmock.
Charlie Dimmock, right enough, yeah.
Jim and George of Beach Grove Gardeners, eh?
More like the flower pot men, mate.
Flower pot men, eh?
All right, so we move on. The game's done. We've talked about the positives being the centre backs, Fox. Is there just a wee bit ring rustiness, or is it our front just lacking a wee bit of confidence? What's your own thoughts?
A lot of the blame went on the front three, but also you've got to take into account that the midfield never supplied anything for them, mate, really. Anything they got a chance at, they'd basically work for themselves. And we weren't very creative at all last night. I think we did miss Arfield, that box to box. He gets forward as well. And the body game especially, I mean, we were watching that, mate, we were getting 5 and 6 players into the box when we were up the park. But the last couple of games we've struggled to link the midfield to the attack. And as soon as we get that sorted, we'll be back in business.
All right, fair comment. Are you seeing it similar, Ulster?
No, I do think once we get those experienced players in the midfield, I do think we will create more. There's no doubt about it. We will. But will we finish them? I don't know. This is the problem. Then this is what I'm worried about. Obviously, getting into the season, it's creating chances, because we did score the most goals last season, in the league, which was a good thing for us. I know our defence was poor, and we've sorted that out. I just think towards the tail end of last season, and obviously Foxy said it last night, the Morels is only 1 goal in 12 is worrying. That's the only thing that would worry me personally. But I say I'm not worrying about it too much, because I do think that the manager will sort that out and he'll get the players in. But I think definitely we'll be more of a threat and making more chances, clinical chances, when we've got the more experienced players back from injury.
I didn't realise that stat last night, Bridge. Did you? He's not had a great run since the turn of the year, the boy Morelos, really, has he?
I think he's been pretty poor, actually. Even if you used to say, even by his own standards, if you take his own standards when he was available, put the ball in the net, and these things when he was there available and putting the ball in the net changed to available and missing, and available and somehow or other miss-kicking or miss-heading or not even hitting the ball. And to what he's got now, it seems to have just went downhill in 3 or 4 steps. And it's a sin. He's got to get someone who's got to help him. We've got to bring him in to the game, either by hook or by crook. And same, if you had a reserve team, you'd stick him in the reserves for 2 weeks and get good games out of him. See how many goals he can score. And tell him, if you can't score any goals in the reserves, you're not getting back in. Something like that to sort of wind him up a bit. Get him in there and let him do it, because he's just going to continue. It just seems as if he's going to continue doing what he's doing. And that's sad.
Is it an attitude thing or confidence, what do you think, or a mix of the two, Bridge?
Well, I said last night, and I mean it in all sincerity, something's happened with the boy, and either someone's speaking to him and it's not getting through to him. He seems to take everything totally personal. he thinks he should be getting things, getting free kicks. The referee should be being sympathetic towards him, and so on and so forth. And it ain't happening. It just ain't happening for him. And he throws a hissy fit, and that just knocks his game to hell. And he just doesn't seem able to come up to it. And you see him slouch shoulders and walking back, and then stupid stride he's got. And then all of a sudden the boss passed him, and he doesn't know what to do. Where am I going? And he's still arguing. He bumps into somebody, or somebody bumps into him, and he wants to put the heat in them or whatever. You know, all the daft things are happening. So I think somewhere along the line, I'm sure our management, our coaches, will have a word with him and get him back on the right trail again.
Can I give you a bit of quick good news?
Yep, on you go, mate.
The young supporter was over in Macedonia, James. There was a few posts and tweets looking out for him because he wasn't at his meeting point. I think he might have missed his flight as well this morning, and his phone and stuff was off, and a lot of people were very worried about it, especially his family. But the news has come through that he's actually been found. He's got in contact with his family and friends, and he's on his way back to Scotland. So thank God for that. It's great news.
He's basically get lucky, Bridge, isn't he?
I think so. I think you could put some money on that. You've been locked in a room somewhere with someone.
But still great news that the boy's all right and his family can relax and get on with it.
Yeah, well, it's not that long ago the young boy here in Hamburg never gets seen at all, and you get fished out of the water type thing, you know, a bloody sin, you know.
Aye. You know. Aye, strange part of the world, mate. You've always got to be in your guard, don't you? You know, but great news at Ulster, great news. But the boy's safe. I read a few of the posts today. So we move on, and again, if you want to join us, it's 0141 356 1972, or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, where you'll be brought in the call. Let me think. The young boy went last night. There was a couple of names that weren't really mentioned, and usually gets a lot of flack is the boy Windass, and obviously the boy Middleton came on last night, and also the boy Ajira. Am I pronounced that right? Would you be happy with that, Bridge?
Yeah, I think so. I think
right.
Ajira or something. But they're no far off. You're no far off.
Angina.
Angina.
Don't mention that, Bridge. But we'll start with Windass. Out my front three, if you like. He was arguably the best. That doesn't mean he was great, but because of the performance last night. The boy's a wee bit of an enigma still for us. What's his position, Fox? Where do you play him, Josh Windass?
No idea, mate. We've tried him on the left. We've tried him through the centre. The only place to the left for him is on the right-hand side or something different. So, look, he tried very hard last night. He made a few, and he actually tracked back quite a few times last night as well. And like Connor Goldson said in his interview there, the team defends for the front. And I suppose we've got to give them a wee bit of credit that they're working. And I thought it was nice of Connor Goldson to mention Morelos there when we're all having a go at him for no scoring. There's another 5 or 6 players that could do with stepping up to the mark and all. We seem to fell away for shooting for outside the box. The only shot we had like that did come for Josh Windass when he cut in for the right and the keeper made a decent save. So I think it shouldn't all be lumped onto Morelos. There's other players that will need to start playing a bit better and having more strikes at goal for me. But shots on target was abysmal last night when you look back on it. So that's the room for improvement, especially when we've got a manager and an assistant manager who were revered for being great strikers of the ball. You think that some of them could learn that from them. And another thing about last night, you know I love James Taverner, but it's time to stop taking the free kicks, James. And apart from the first season under Warburton, he's never done very well with them, has he? He scored the odd good goal against some of the teams, but we need somebody a wee bit more creative on free kicks. Maybe the big boy Ajaria might have that in his locker. We'll have to wait and see.
Only time will tell. Some great points there, Fox. Windass, you're right. I think just for me, just his position would be behind the striker or strikers. On you go, Bridge.
No, I agree wholeheartedly with what Foxy was saying, Matt. The only difficulty I've got, and I think all of us must see it as well, we actually don't have anyone who's any good at taking free kicks. Even bad as Tavernier is at taking free kicks, he's probably one of the best we've got. Big Alves could take a free kick, and there's probably a few in there who could, but the way they're playing, probably don't want to put their head up above the parapet. But yeah, maybe the young lad for Liverpool might do it. Maybe some of the boys that are coming in, the new loanees that are coming in, maybe one of them will take it. So there might be people coming through. I think the existing ones don't want to take it. That's my opinion. They don't want to take it. So I would love it if Tavernier just stuck it wide in the right and did what he was going to do. But half the times he wants to take these free kicks. He wants to do everything, doesn't he? At times, and it's not very good. If you're not hitting the target, the one time he got a free kick across and he got on the target, the goalkeeper made a good save, and that was good for us. That kind of lifts your pecker up and away you go. Go on with it, you know.
I don't know what ratio you'd be looking for, but my hit rate's not the best. You know, and you can see how important set pieces have been for, say, England in the World Cup, and I don't want to get into the England debate, Ulster, but, you know, their set pieces ultimately got them where they got in some respects, and you've got to get the delivery right, and you've got to work at it, big man.
Set pieces are a big part of the game. And when you've got, you know, and if you're in good positions, whether that's corners, whether that's, you know, outside the box and striking a goal, or whether that's from outside the box and trying to wing one in, we've got the big players now, the centre-backs, who are good at heading the ball, and they're tall. So if you can get the ball onto their head, because I think Big Caddick and Goldson in the first leg had a couple of chances, and you could notice that they were good at getting up in the air, and they were unlucky a few times. I think Caddick, it was, hit the side netting. So I think if we can get someone someone who can be a better of service, I think you'll see us getting a lot more goals from set pieces, and that's something we've been struggling with, both defensively and offensively. I think that can change this season, but I would agree with Foxy. Tavernier was fantastic his first season in the Championship, but he could ping him in from all directions. But I think he's lost that wee sparkle on the free kick. So I would maybe like to see somebody else getting a chance on them, see if we can make more of these free kicks.
He was a definite threat, but no matter where he was, even when he was just hitting the ball, even a shot at goal, he was a threat. He scored a lot of goals, maybe 13, 14 goals in his first season there. That was tremendous. And some of the goals weren't just wee boots up the park. They were fabulous goals.
Whether we like it or not, forget the opposition, he scored one of the finest goals that Hampden Park's ever seen, mate.
Absolutely. Loved it. I'm sitting beside Foxy and oh dear, it was fantastic.
You know,
that was against Peterhead.
The technique of that goal, mate, was unbelievable. It was a fantastic goal, if you remember it, Foxy.
I remember it well, mate. As Bridge said, I was sitting next to him when we watched that goal. But do you think there's any merit? And I know he's for right back, and we've actually got a surplus of backs. And with Candias in the middle, I've said this before, Warburton, I think, experimented with shoving them into the right-hand side of midfield. Do you think he'd be better than Candias moving them forward?
At the moment in time, Bridge, Fox, I think you'd be better than Candias playing in that role. I think he's a fish out of water, personally. Works hard. But his game's just try to get an early cross in, make a bit of space for himself. You don't see him coming inside and making sliding passes for the forwards or runners in that. His game's down at the edge of the box, trying to put crosses in and joining in the play for air. He just looks a fish out of water, mate. So I agree with your point, Ulster.
Yeah, that's actually something I was going to say myself. Maybe about Windass, maybe try him in there, because he knows he can be in the bout. He can when he does get involved. He can do some lovely things, and he can do nice passes. He can do the overlaps of 1-2s when he's on form and when he's interested. So I think that would be a good shout. To be honest, I think he'd be a better player there than what Candias is at the minute. And I'm not castigating Candias too much, because I do think what he does good. He does do good. He can play well. He can wing balls in. He can be a big nuisance for whoever has trying to defend him, but I don't think his attributes are being used too well in the position he is in now. So if you got a attacking midfielder, maybe Artfield or something, to play that more central role and then move Windass into that right hand side of the midfield. I think that could be a good shout.
It was Tav that Fox was saying for that position.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant Windass.
Tavernier.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know we're talking about Tavernier before there, but then that's something the manager could do. It's because we know Flanagan's a left back, so he can play that position. So maybe he would play Flanagan left back and move Tavernier up one, because then you obviously have Declan John who can play the left back, right back. Sorry, and obviously Declan and John can play the left back, and you can have Flanagan playing the right back. So that's something you could go with. You know, it's we'll have to wait and see what the manager wants to do.
I think we should go the opposite, and we should think about it very seriously. If the manager isn't already thinking, I'm quite sure he's far more intelligent than I about it. But 3-5-2 appears to be the obvious solution for us, because what you could do, you could push Tavernier's going up anyway. You're not pushing him; he's going up naturally anyway. So if you've got three half decent defenders, then you should be okay. And obviously Tavernier will be told you've got to come back and cover for the midfield, and young Flanagan does that anyway. It looks like it anyway. So to me, a 3-5-2 could in fact be the solution that we're looking for, to allow for Tavernier to do his best and play his best. Just a thought. Can I just come in on Windass?
Aye, of course. On you go.
I'd just like to say, I don't know if my eyes were deceiving me. Would the Windass wearing green boots or were they blue boots? So if someone can tell us what colour those boots were, I'd be happy.
If old school blue could get us a
no, I just wanted to know. That was all.
I think they were aquamarine blue, but
aquamarine. I'm just going back to when young Barry Mackay was wearing green boots, he got lambasted for it, you know. So it could. I don't know if they were actually blue or no. I'm not dead sure. It just looked green to me.
If I've been really honest, nobody should be that naive playing for our club. They shouldn't be wearing green. Of
course, I agree. However, I thought Windass got 3 or 4 half decent movements into the box, and sometimes when he's got it, and he had a lovely shot, brought a good save out of the keeper. But I think that's about all he actually did insofar as threatening their goal. I just think we're speaking about Candeas. I would like to bring in Windass, and I would like to bring in Morelos. And if you think that throughout the 90 minutes, what was those 3 people's contribution throughout the 90 minutes? And you would struggle to come up with a lot, you know. So we might have been a couple of men down, if you follow what I mean, over the 90, because they were really bad. Overall, I think they were poor.
All right, mate. Just going away for the game slightly. We've had somebody in the lobby, Paul Simpson. And, of course, we mentioned David Hagan, and we wish him all the best, him and all his family and friends, one of our ex-players. I think he also played with Hearts and Falkirk, from memory. David, we wish him all the best, and obviously you're sending your regards to the Peterhead Bluetoon Loyal, mate. So all the best to David Hagan and all his friends and family, for Rangers Radio in particular, the Peterhead Bluetoon Loyal.
Big here on that. Big here. Absolutely.
Yeah, horrible illness. Carry on, Bridge.
No, I think if I think about those 3, just on last night's performance, and we transfer that performance back to last Thursday, and the same 3 players were of minimal effect throughout the time that they were on the park, because I'm only going by what we're saying and we're talking about them, then you start to see, maybe if you start to join the dots up, you could see that they 3 may not be the quality of player that we want to be playing for Rangers, particularly for the European games, because they haven't been very good. In fact, in some instances, very poor. That's all I've got to say about that.
Aye, so far. But the formation, maybe a change. Fox, it looks as if we're definitely looking for a third centre-half. If the rumour mills is correct, I believe. There's been talk about yourself and Bridge coming out of retirement. We're looking at all sorts of centre-halves. You know, so...
my wages would be too high, mate.
My God, listen to that.
I thought he's might have got the boot sauce sharpened up to see if we can go and sort out young Ben on Saturday.
And I need a special allowance for electricity for charging up my invalidity scooter, mate.
So, do you think it looks as if we're short in the centre half department? He wants to maybe look to play a 3, and then if something did go wrong, he can go to a 4. Definitely looks as, according to the rumour mill, Fox, that we are looking for another centre half.
But then, if you go 3 at the back, mate, we'd need to look for another centre half as well. Then, in case one of them gets injured, I think it's probably cover for the 2 that's already there at the moment. And if the other boy is better than any of the other 2, it means the other one's going to be on the bench. If we go 3 centre halves, we need 4, don't we? Honestly, you need cover for that. You've already said McCrory will not make it there. We've got Aidan Wilson, but he's only a young boy. And in the rough and tumble, he's a well-built young boy, Aidan Wilson, right enough.
Getting there.
Aye.
You could bring him in. You wouldn't be too fair to bring him in if you've got two other half-decent centre halves. That's what teams do. They bring their youngsters in, and when somebody's got an injury, bring them in. If somebody's got a big injury and they're out for a season, then that's a different thing. They need to possibly go to the market. But I'm sure if it's a couple of weeks, a youngster could play there, and that gives them a chance to get some game time in. I would have no qualms about playing young Aidan Wilson if you've got 2 stalwart centre halves in general. You know, I think what they're talking about was going for a 3-5-2 and getting another centre half. You're looking for someone who can play on the left side of it, someone who naturally left-footed, for instance. That's kind of thing I'd be looking for. Obviously, I still want him to be a really good player, but I want him to be left-footed because it gives you the balance. So you get someone who can play naturally out in the left, someone who can play naturally in the right, and you get a really good man in the centre. And it'll make a big difference. I would suggest so anyway.
See, that's the difference between me and you. I don't like when we sign left-footers. Ulster, Steven Gerrard, I don't think we're going to get the same formation every week. I think we'll line up different for different games, depending on the opposition.
Yeah. No, I think that's right. He's already alluded to that in a few interviews he's had. There won't be one set formation. There'll be different formations. I think we've already seen that in the 2 different legs where we have to seem to be more 2 centre defence midfielders than in the second leg there last night, or yesterday afternoon, should I say. So it's something he'll change it. There's no doubt about it. He's been in some of the biggest games in the world, to be fair, and he's obviously worked under some top class managers who've changed things up for certain teams that they have to play against. So there's no doubt the manager will do that. The only other thing I'll put on in the 3 at the back of Gary McAllister, when he was talking about Flanagan, when Flanagan had just signed, he had said that he also believes, he says that Flanagan can play on the left, Flanagan can play on the right, and Flanagan can also play on a back 3. So if you're looking for cover, maybe they're going for these 3, and if you've got your cover there, for me, I think John Flanagan, as McAllister's already alluded to, who knows the player, that he's more than comfortable playing on a back 3 as well, so that could be another added option for you if you were to go for that formation.
I don't see Flanagan being able to play for us at the right side of a back 3. To me, you're looking for guys way over 6 feet. You're looking for guys roughly the same height as the guys who were brought back in, or got brought in, should I say. At the moment, they were going for Jake Cooper.
Like Baresi?
Well, no, yeah. Well, Baresi was probably the greatest exponent of a centre half that you'll ever see. So
what height was he?
He was about 5'11".
There we go, mate.
No, all I'm saying is that
size isn't everything, Bridge.
Well, okay. Where are you going to get somebody that can play like Baresi? You ain't going
Fox.
To get it.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, he's a bit past it, Bridge. I'm sorry, you're right.
I think so.
He's one in a generation. But what I'm saying is,
so too.
I get your point, but it's more important for me that they can play.
Absolutely.
A good big un's better than a good little un, but if they can play, Bridge, they're fast.
If you're going to play somebody anywhere near your defensive line, then you're looking for guys that are roughly the same size as the guys we brought in. in my opinion. Right, you're looking for guys like the guys we've brought in. So 6'3", 6'4", there's your mirror. Look for that. And the boy Jake Cooper is, in fact, I believe he's 6'5", and the other boy for Blackpool, Tilt, is 6'3", 6'4". So to me, they're in the right area. Both of them, Jake Cooper and the boy Tilt, are both left-footed players. So there's your balance.
I think the height thing, mate, comes into play at set pieces, mate. Absolutely, it does. In general play, I think it's more important you can play. Have you looked in the lobby? Are we saying that their boots are aquamarine blue, or are we going for a different colour?
Well, I think the aquamarine blue may in fact be their official name, so forgive me. But to me, I agree with Blue Shadow. When I saw them, there's that photograph in the lobby. Look at it, and you see the green, and you see the blue above. So it's a sort of an in-between type colour. I'd call them green.
Fair enough, Bridge. I would struggle to argue with that. You mentioned the forwards, Ulster. I think we've had somebody ask us for Facebook a question about some potential signings, mate.
Yeah, hold on just 2 seconds. I'll get this again. But just the one, John Brown was asking what's the panel's thoughts on maybe saying the likes of Curtis, I think is that Curtis Main from Motherwell?
Well, John Brown will know more than us, Fox, wouldn't he?
I did. That was the boy that played quite well.
Centre forward.
Stocky wee guy. He's had one of the careers where I think he comes from around about the Tyne and Weir area, mate, and he's been at clubs like Oldham and Darlington and things like that. He did look good towards the end of the season. I think he looked a bit, funny enough, he looked to do the job better than the ragdoll does, did he know? When we played Motherwell. Looks a wee bit similar to Morelos, apart from the difference in complexion, but he's not a bad player. But I don't think he's exactly... He'd just be a copy of Morelos for me.
No, I don't think. I mean, we've seen a lot of players have a good games. Listen, lads, we're getting a lot of interference, so when you're not talking, go on mute, please, because we're getting interference.
I can't hear it. It must be yourself, mate.
It can't be me, mate. I'm on mute. I was on mute. We're building up, but Curtis Main, I just don't think he's quite the standard we're looking for, Ulster, if I'm being honest. A hard worker and a big game when he's playing against the Rangers. He's going to be well up for the cameras are there, big crowd, everything. Could he do it week in, week out? I don't think so.
Well, then, maybe not, because obviously we've seen this before, haven't we? Players obviously, coming on and putting on the style against us because it's such a big game. As you say, can they do that every single week? I think if he could do that more often than that, he'd probably going for the clubs that Foxy has said he's been at, because and then he's obviously not at Motherwell. I would say if he had much real class about him to help win us a league, I would think he maybe would have been at better clubs, if I'm being honest, But he can't. There's no doubt about it. He did toss about, as Fox says. It was harder the game that player to play against. But can he do that every week? I don't know.
He played against the Scum, and he was rotten.
The thing is, if he was to play against Connor Golson and Katic, mate, would he be able to do the same job? I doubt it. I think he was against who would be playing against him in that game?
Oh, that guy that I liked, Russell Martin.
Aye.
Say no more.
Say no more.
But we know 2-0 down against him. And it was a
centre back. The boy ragdolled us.
It was Martin and
scored a hat-trick. It was a hat-trick he scored. He scored the 2 goals or something like that. Weird.
I don't know, but no for you, Bridge. No, not quite the standard.
No, well, I don't fancy the chap in that sense, and I didn't like the other wee guy from Motherwell that people were raving about last season. Remember who was the guy when ended up going to England? He's played one game or something like that in England.
Louis
Moult. I didn't fancy him either, but he seemed to be doing it, and they wanted to buy him. Oh, apart from that, no fancy them, you know what my philosophy's like. I don't want to give them one copper coin. No way. Not for me.
Well, you've been consistent in that view, mate. Been consistent in that view, you know. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it pans out, and any more questions on the Facebook page will be much appreciated, Big Ulster. And is that community growing? Is that community growing?
Yeah, it is. It's growing big time. It definitely is, mate. Every night there's more and more numbers. There's actually a few of the guys yesterday as well. And another one of the guys have posted in today. Just what about Kyle Lafferty? Would you just go for Kyle Lafferty, or is that an option, or what do you think?
It wouldn't be my first choice, but if we know he can be good enough at times. If the deal was right, you would need to consider it, but it wouldn't be my first choice. But yes or no? You want a yes or a no answer?
Yeah, get off the fence.
No, on you go, Bridge.
Who is it you're speaking about there at Ulster?
Kyle Lafferty.
Kyle Lafferty, no for me.
Fox?
I think we're going to be these young lads that we're bringing in. I think they've got to be obviously the manager gets to see them, and sooner or later we're going to see them. And I'm hoping that they're now available for the European games. I don't know. I've never heard officially whether they've got their work permits, and if they've got them, then I'm assuming that they're the boys that he's going to play. So we're going to see an entirely different attack force and possibly midfield as well. So we might watch that space type of thing, you know. Plus
Fox,
the boy
last word back. before we have a tune. Fox?
If we were playing a two up front, I think Lafferty would be all right with Morelos, mate. Whether we would go back the way and bring him back to Ibrox, I don't know. He had quite a good season with Hearts last year, scored some really good goals. He'd be cheap, that's the other option. And I don't think Hearts would be demanding that much money for him. I think if Lafferty was to be asked, he would come no bother, mate, you know. But let's wait and see what our manager now digs up, mate. We've still got a couple of weeks left of the transfer window. I think we'll still get a surprise yet.
All right, only time will tell, Bridgeman, but if you don't mind going on mute, lads, we're going to have a tune, and this one's not for me, it's for the one and only skipper. The tune of the evening is... You listening, Bridge? Do not forsake me, oh my darling, by Fox.
Oh, shut up.
That was for Skipper.
In 1912, a home rule bill England would impose, and so Lord Carson he did raise an army to oppose. But off to France our boys were sent, and Carson he did say, don't take our sons and tell the Huns that we are on our way. And we're coming, we are coming down the road, where the volunteers of the UVF, and we're coming down the road. We're coming, we are coming down the road, where the volunteers of the UVF, and we're coming down the road. And so how far have we now come? How far have we to go? And those we thought who were our friends now stand beside the foe. But take you heed, the price is high, and you will have to pay. So listen now and heed my words, for we battalion UVF, and we're coming down the road. We're coming, we are coming down the road. We're the volunteers of the UVF, and we're coming down the road. We're coming, we are coming down the road. We're the volunteers of the UVF, and we're coming down the road. We're the volunteers of the UVF, and we're coming down the road.
You like that one, Bridge?
We're coming, oh, we're coming. We are coming down the road. Absolutely brilliant.
Do you
Love
see
it.
Fox's got his wee emoji now in the lobby? Have you noticed that? You seen that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Nah, he's got his own wee emoji now. Yeah? You've not got yours. Just let you know we are there. It's there. I've just put it in for you. That's there. See it?
Which one is it?
It's a fox.
Oh, the fox. I see it now. Yeah, right. Okay. Very good. Oh, I see yours. Yes, like it.
He's trying to get a bridge, but we couldn't fit it in, mate. Do you know why?
Go on.
It was a bridge too far.
A bridge too far. Love it. Love it.
Anyway, somebody's left the club today. Thoughts, Fox?
Take it you're talking about Harry Forrester,
Yes.
the guy who thought he was more a spice boy than a footballer. I liked him when I thought he showed some decent signs when he first came to Ibrox, but never fulfilled that potential, and he's just hung about the club ever since. I know we've probably paid money to get to end his contract, but good luck to him wherever he goes. I was going to say glad to see the back of him, but that's not very nice, is it?
That's what you meant. You've said it now. He started okay for us. He was on a short-term contract. I think he either got injured just before or just after we gave him, from memory, Fox, it was a 3-year deal, I think. A crazy decision. Once again, by Mr. Warburton and the best in the business. And then, all of a sudden, since then, we got promotion. He's done nothing 2 years in the top flight. And then he's moving into the last year of his contract. So we'll shoot Collins maybe half his salary, whatever the deal is, and he's off the books at the club. And we save some money in the long term, Bridge, potentially.
Yeah, I think so. Fox is right. He played some good games for us. I'll never forget his goal against Dundee. Within a few minutes, he took the ball, similar to what Windass did against the Celtic. Won the ball straight up there and smashed it in the net. Fantastic. That made him with real Rangers fans. And he was a trier, but sometimes he was lunging in and getting himself caught and booked and fighting with the referees and things like that. So he was getting a bad name, and eventually he wasn't getting a game at all. And he's not had a game for a while for us, is he? For goodness sake, over a season, So, what else can you do? What else can you do? I think the club are doing the right thing. Part ways.
Aye, it's potentially another wage off the books, Bridge. Ulster, when you're doing your budgeting, so that's more money towards new players. It's an unhappy player at the club, and you move on.
Yeah, you have to. It's good news for the club because it just goes to prove, really, doesn't it? He went to Wimbledon last season, got a wee bit of game time, started mostly from the bench. Likes of Jason Holt, who's got himself a loan move to Fleetwood. That this is the level these players are at. They're not at the level that we are, or where we want to be. And unfortunately, Mark Wolverton gave these big contracts out to these players, and they're just not the class of Rangers. Unfortunately, you're not going to win league titles with players like that. But I do wish him all the best in his career.
Well
I have
said.
to say, yeah, good. Yeah, I have to say that as well.
Well said, Ulster. Well said. But people want to join us. Their thoughts on Harry Forrester. Are any other comings and goings at the club? What's the number, Fox?
0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and if there's any issue at all, Fox will just bring them in very easily, and it's nice to you.
And what can they talk about, Big Ulster?
All things Rangers. Our rumours, we'll have a rumour too. Come on, give us a rumour.
Oh, talking about rumours.
A Rangers-related rumour, like a Rangers-related rumour.
Is Ibrox loyal? I thought he was away watching that European time when I seen somebody was missing.
It was at Parkhead, would you know about Parkhead, no?
I thought when they said somebody went missing in Macedonia, mate, I thought it was him.
Is he on? No, he's not.
No.
We're missing you, Ibrox. Get yourself on. Get the shackles off. Tell that woman already to get on.
Must be the time of year the Subbuteo will get their goalie kits ready.
That's nasty, by the way.
Well.
So who on earth do you think could be next to be shown, shall we say, shown the door? Ibrox.
Oh, Hodgson, according to rumours, Ulster.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it looks like there's definitely one club interested anyway. I know Bridge isn't too happy with where he's going, and I get that point because of who their manager is and his past history of transfer dealings with us. But there's interest there, and that's another player I'd look to be going at. That's just another Holt and another Harry Forrester, to be honest. Just another player that's just nowhere near the class of Glasgow Rangers.
Fox.
Another boy that tried to make the grade at Ibrox, but never succeeded. I hope he does get a move to another club and kick-starts his football career, mate, because he's not going to make the grade at Ibrox, and he's just sitting there doing nothing for me. So a move would suit both the club and him, I think.
Can I just say that both, I think he's actually a substitute. He's in the squad, the Rangers squad. So I'm not dead sure whether we're actually going to get rid of him. Rumours can be abound, but the truth of the matter is he's in the present squad on the bench. So it might be because we're short of bodies. I'm not dead sure. But is there any other players who definitely aren't making the bench, like Herrera was, and we've managed to move him on? Is there any more like that? The only two I can think is split. Go on then, sorry.
Cardozo.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Cardozo,
yeah, there's one there. He's never going to make the bench again, ever.
Who else do you think the Bridge?
I'm thinking of Halliday. I was thinking Halliday would have to go, but then again, he came on at the weekend, last game there, last minute. So he's in the pool or he's in the squad, and I'm not sure whether the manager's just going to rip them out the squad or are they just putting them in there in the shop window. Look, the guy's in the squad and he's a squad player and we want a bit of money for him, type thing, I don't know.
Obviously, like as all, I think we'd like Andy to do well, but I think it might be time for a part of the ways. But I think this is the last year of his contract. Am I right with that? I'm sure this must be the last year. Was that right? We got 4-year deals with Warburton, was there?
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah. So the clock's ticking on the Rangers' career. But, Fox, I've got to be honest with you, I think we've done better than I thought we'd do in the people exiting the door because they could have sat on big and decent contracts.
Aye, but most of these boys want to play at some level. And it is, if you're a professional footballer and you're not getting a game at the club that you're signed to, mate, you move on. That's the way it goes, isn't it? So the club's done well in getting rid of as many as they have up to now. And I think it's cost us a few quid to shift a lot of them. So we've paid for our mistakes and we just move on.
I think they've been given. We had them there in the championship, and then when they came up to the top league, I think they were all given new contracts. and Gers JC is saying I think it's 2020 the contracts end. So it could be in fact another 2 seasons they're there. So Hodgson and Halliday would probably be on these contracts to 2020.
What was Warburton thinking? What was he thinking?
Well, what did he say, you know?
I think it's pretty simple. I think he came up to the Scottish League. He thought this is easy peasy. We'll just get a load of players down in the Championship of England and we'll ramp that league. And I think he was surprised. That was what his plan A was. Let's just get out as many English players from down those leagues who are playing for certain clubs, fire them into a team, and the rest will be easy. And that didn't work out for him, and that's why his plan B went to pieces. I think that's what
I think he was right. He was right insofar as bring a lot of good, half decent League 2 Championship type or League 1 or Championship type players in, and they'll get his promotion, which they did. It's when we got into promotion that these players completely lost the plot. And in reality, they weren't anywhere near quality. They weren't anywhere near the quality for the Premier League.
But this is the thing. That's what I'm saying, Bridget. I get that. If he had brought them in on loan or this, but the fact that he gave them 4-year
huge contracts,
and that's why he did it. He did it because he underestimated the league. He seen them doing well for 6 months, battering every team that was coming near us. And he gave him the long contracts thinking this will be easy because he made the assumption himself in a press conference. He says he doesn't think the level between the Championship and the top league is very different. He thought it was very close. And he got his eyes opened and then that was it. It went to pieces for him.
Well, I think he hadn't taken into account the top 3 because his first year in the Premier League, he ended up 3rd. So he didn't know too bad. I'm not saying he was good. We were still 20 or 30 points behind them across the city. But he still didn't know too bad. I'm trying to defend him. I agree with you 100%. I think he got to Christmas or just after New Year in his first season in the Premier League, and he completely lost the plot. I'm talking about the manager. That's what I think. It just went to his whole thing just went away, and he could never have won that league. He would never have won the league. That's what I think.
I'm a big Ulster. I think you underestimated it, but
yeah.
Just from a supporter's point of view, I don't think we ever seen the potential and then we justify them 4-year contracts. It might have been the right thing at the right time, because we were maybe on a wee bit of crest away, but 4 years for anybody, folks, it's a big commitment, isn't it?
Yeah, you're signing people in 4 years deals, mate, that have definite abilities. Own gambles on people like Forrester and other people like Hodgson. I think that just showed then how bad our scouting was. Some of them were like 3-legged coffee tables, mate. There was something missing after every one of their games. Either their attitude was wrong, they didn't have the will to win, and some of them there was always faults in every one of the Warburton signings, and he thought he could improve them and failed to do so.
Can't disagree with you there. Can't disagree with you.
That's a quote of the day, Bridge, isn't it?
What's that?
3-sided coffee table. I like that one.
3-sided coffee table. 3-legged coffee tables.
3-legged coffee table. I like that one, folks. But you're spot on. He's absolutely spot on, Ulster.
I agree. Yeah, he is. He's 100% right. Wolverton just didn't know what to do, to be honest, because same as Michael O'Halloran. Michael O'Halloran played a decent game via us, but we were a poor side, and he went out and thought, he's a good player. I'll go and spend $500,000 on him. And look how that worked out for us. And I'll give him his due. He done really well in the Championship. He got us up. He done something the previous manager couldn't do, Alan McCoy, was get us out of that division, and that's something you will always look back on favourably. But it came to the stage where he was found out, to be honest.
I think there's a lot of folk in Scotland, football supporters, actually thought Rangers would never have got into the top 6. That's what they thought. They really didn't think Rangers could get to the top 6. And we've surprised a lot of folk, and we've maintained that last season. So hopefully we're going to get better this season, maybe get to into second place or with a lot of luck with the look of it. If we can get good signs, then we can actually win the league, because we can't be that far away, surely.
I'm putting it there, Bridge, and my prediction, 20 more points.
Well, you've been consistent in saying that, and I'm saying to you, if we get 20 more points than we did last year, then we could win that league with 20 more points, because it's quite amazing what they're going to do. Aberdeen wouldn't touch us; they couldn't get any more points than they got.
Yeah. I've got to say, Bo Shadows put a point in the lobby about the scouting system. How did we manage to scout Russell Martin, mate?
Yeah, obviously hindsight's marvellous. Russell Martin was the Scottish international centre half, and we thought, everybody I would imagine thought, here, this guy might be no bad for us. God Almighty, were we mistaken? So
the thing is, it was a gamble and a year's loan with him, mate. It wasn't a 4-year contract.
6 month loan.
6 month then, sorry.
I know you're a fan of the loan system, and I get it, because Big Al's point last night was that there are no years, and if they're successful, you don't get to get them, because you maybe don't get to buy them. But if there's a flop, there's a plus side to that, isn't there? If there's a flop, you just shake hands and you're not stuck with them for 3 years.
The thing is, this year with the changes in I think it's changes in the Premier League in England, where they've got to name, I think it's a 25-man squad. I think there'll be more favourable loans, or maybe guys, maybe not just young boys all the time, where you'll get maybe somebody, as I've said before, just sitting outside the first team squad, maybe coming back for injury, and you maybe be able to pick up maybe a 27, 28-year-old with loads of experience instead of a young boy with not as much experience and merely a gamble. So I would wait till right to the last day of the transfer window, because I think there's other signings to come in, and some of them, as I say, might surprise us.
Oh, he's putting out there, mate. I think Fox is intimating that we're going to sign another midfield, possibly another centre-back, and another centre-forward. I think he's put out there, but he's been snide about it. Ulster, would that surprise you?
No, I think it'll happen. I've got confidence that it's going to happen. It'll happen. Who it'll be, I don't know, but it'll happen. And the only other good thing for us is that I think the English transfer window closes before our window. So there may be players there who haven't moved on, who clubs will maybe be trying to offload, and that's can we could maybe do some of the bigger signings. Yeah, and just another quick point anyway, I'll put in there. I know we beat 6-0. It was only pre-season, and but I think they've actually went ahead. They got 0-0 against Liverpool, and then tonight they got a 1-1 draw against Everton. So
that means in their last 2 games, Everton are averaging 11.5 goals, Bridgeman.
That's some scoring record. It's a brilliant scoring record, isn't it? Wow.
But that's probably a compliment to Bury. When we played them, we were in front of them in match fitness, and maybe that's what the English Premier Leagues teams are just kicking off with their friendlies. So fair play to Bury. They seem to have improved a bit since we beat them 6-0.
Yeah, well, I worried for them, because I know when they played us and we hammered them, I looked the next 2 pre-seasons were Liverpool and Everton. I was like, oh, they're in big trouble. But to be fair, to get 2 draws, I think that's fantastic for them.
You get, if you ever follow the English scene with pre-season, mate, you get so many games. It's a Liverpool 11, Everton 11, and it's nothing near like the first team will be. You get a lot of that.
Well, I know you do. Liverpool had a pretty good, strong side out, to be fair.
I've seen that. Sometimes the manager isn't even there when they say it's a Liverpool 11 or a Man United 11, because they're doing the second team, But look, fair play to Bury, and I'm not saying that result flat makes our result look better, because you don't know. And you're right, Fox, it's all about fitness sometimes at this time of the year. But it'd be great if people would join us and give their thoughts on what's happening at the club. Harry Forrester leaving. What you thought of last night's game. And of course, we've got Dave King's statement, but we thought we'd like to leave that to tomorrow night and maybe look at it Bridge has been working away vigorously to dissect it. But if we don't, we'll have a look at it tonight if people don't join us. So what's the number, Fox?
0141 356 1972.
Or join us where, Bridgeman?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. And if there's any issues, Foxy will bring you in, no problem at all.
To talk about what else?
All things Rangers.
Yeah. So the next signing in the door, if you've got the choice, Fox, what position are you filling?
Creative midfielder. Because we're having a look at Jarry or the new, and I personally think the boy's got clever feet, can spot a pass in that short cameo role that he's had so far. But maybe we need somebody a bit more experienced. Maybe somebody at a good club. Maybe people don't like signing older players, but maybe 33, 34 with bags of experience would help our midfield and no end, mate.
So you're talking about somebody in the ilk of Charlie Adam?
I like Charlie Adam, mate. I think he's had a good career down in England. Scored loads of goals, dead ball specialist as well. But I don't know if Charlie's got the pace anymore, so I don't know. I would take Charlie Adam at the moment, yes, if he would come, aye.
Oh, that's interesting. Bridgeman? What position and who are you thinking?
Charlie Adams, no a creative midfielder, mind you.
What is he then? What is he then, Fox, if he's not that?
No, he played more a kind of holding midfield role when he was at Stoke, I thought, occasionally burst forward there, but his range of passing was good for the back. But yeah, I don't remember Charlie being an attacking midfielder, mate.
All right, okay. You didn't say that, you said creative.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Bridge, same question yourself. What position would you fill first, and any ideas who you would bring in?
The very first thing we would need to do, in my opinion, is we need to get a striker. I've got no idea who I'd bring in, but we need a solution to the striking issue we've got. Whether that's take the guy and be a scruff of the neck and give him a good shake, or give him this boy Umar Sadiq to play alongside, so that there's two of them up there. But we certainly need people to put the ball in the net. Even our midfield aren't doing it much as they're trying. So I think striking, scoring goals is the first thing we need to get fixed. That's my opinion.
Interesting, Ulster. What you thinking, mate?
Everybody knows what I'm thinking. I think if I could pick any player, I'd be playing Stephen Davis tomorrow. First thing in the morning, saying I'd get him into that team, because that's what we've been missing for a long time. Somebody of that ilk who is just, a fantastic footballer, can spot passes that other players can't spot. I think Stephen Davis would boost our team no end. So that would be my pick if I could pick anybody.
No, that is a creative midfield player, Fox.
Stephen Davis is another one that's had a great career. He had a great career with us and a great career down in the Premiership, mate. Don't know what age Stephen is now, probably about 33, 34, is he? Must be, can't he be far off of that? Sure, he's still got the quality of playing in Northern Ireland side as well. I think he was our main man for Northern Ireland. And Stephen Davis I would take back in a minute as well.
What's he thought of within the national team, Ulster?
Northern Ireland don't play good football unless Stephen Davis is there. It's as simple as that. We don't make the Euros unless he's there. I know it is a team game, but when Stephen Davis plays, Northern Ireland play. That's just the facts. Everything that's good comes from our game. Starts with him. And there's been games there, even when we've been doing well in the Euros and World Cup qualifiers, there's games maybe he's had a niggle, can't play. Northern Ireland aren't the same team, home or away. He's just a fantastic footballer still now. he's still a fantastic footballer, and he'll be going with us obviously into these next qualifiers for the Euros again. He's just magnificent. He is. Everything good that comes through us is comes through Stephen Davis. We've got good players and we've got a good team, but we've got one world class player, and that's Stephen Davis, and he links everything up for us. And I think he'd be fantastic for Rangers. He's still got a few years left in him. I think it'd be a fantastic signing for the club.
Is he getting a game, Ulster, with Southampton?
He had a bit of an injury. He was captain in Southampton. He actually
I know they were for years. Absolutely.
He captained them there not last season before the FA Cup final as well. Unfortunately, I lost out. I think it was the Manchester United, but he was still starting at the start of the league, and he was still the captain of the club. Got himself an injury, and he's only sort of come back from at the end of the season, so he was on and off the bench. I think he's trying to get match fitness, but there's no doubt in my mind if he's not playing for Rangers, he'll still be a big part of Southampton's team next season.
Even at his age, because I believe he's 34.
He's brilliant, Bridge.
I know he's a great player, fantastic player.
But he still has it. That's the thing. It's all right saying, I know where you're coming. It's all right saying, it's only because I get probably because I'm watching him more often for the national team. Yeah. And he's still got it. He has still got it.
I do apologise. I'm actually speaking about the Southampton setup. That's it. You're talking about the Premier League in England, and they're bringing players in, costing a lot of money. And I'm wondering if Stephen Davis is still in the manager's thoughts, or have they actually brought in a player that would overtake or take up Stephen Davis' position? In which case, we could maybe get Davis on a lesser fee, shall we say, if a fee at all. I couldn't know what contract he's on,
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure myself, but you know yourself, the Premier League, they can just go out and spend any money they want. Any of them.
Yes, what?
Yeah, but as I say, I don't know who they brought in. I don't know if they're looking. To be honest, I don't honestly know, Bridge. But I would love to hear them ban a young creative midfielder for 20-30 million, and if they thought themselves, we're going to maybe offload Stephen Davis and we can snap him up, that would be great news for us. Yeah.
So forgive me, I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that Davis couldn't play football for us. What I was meaning was, would he be available? Would Southampton be in a position to let him go? Have they got someone in that could just slip into his place? If they thought, no, we have to go and buy someone, they may want money for Davis. That's what I'm meaning. If they've already got someone and are in the position to say we need to reduce the wages, and Davis might be a prime target for doing that, in which case we could get him. That's all I'm meaning, purely from a business perspective. So.
I know what you mean, mate. As I say, I'm not 100% sure, but I do know obviously they played on without him because obviously got an injury and I had to. So I don't know who came in or who they've maybe bought in. I don't know, Bridge. I'm not 100% sure, mate.
It's going to cost a lot of money if we try to get him in a normal deal to come to Rangers. Oh my goodness gracious,
Well, obviously you base it on Ronaldo's deal. Exactly. The first of the first he was born, 1985, mate. So he's 34 on New Year's Day, mate.
Oh, there you go. So he's not far off it, right enough. So it's only.
I like Davis. I thought he was a clever football, Bridge. A real clever football player.
Oh, class football player, class. And what Ulster's saying about what he does for Northern Ireland, I thought he did that for the Rangers for a few years. It was just, I couldn't believe it when he went away. But unbelievably, he did go away. It was at the bad time. So he's been away for 6 seasons, to all intents and purposes. So it was a sad day that it happened, and he at least he went down there, and I think Southampton sent some money up. Whether Rangers got it or no, I don't know. Probably the SFA took it and split it among the clubs or something. But they definitely came up with some money. So that was good of them and good of Davis.
And 800 grand. I think it was 800,000 we were supposed to get from until the SFA stole it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, sorry. What's that, bud?
No, I'm saying what a deal for Southampton, £800,000 and captain in the Premier League for 5 years.
Well, I think the legal aspect of what they were doing was that they could all walk away, and no money's afforded to them, and they never got any money from Rangers, and Rangers never tried to get money back off the players. So even although they had a contract and the clubs they went to didn't have to pay Rangers any money, so a steal for every one of them. All those players that left and Rangers never get any money, and the players might have got a good sign non-fee. So in other words, Rangers were the loss. They were the losers on it. So unfortunately. But for me, Davis is
Would you accept he was a creative mid-football player, Fox?
Yes, he was, mate. No doubt about that.
Right, there's only one way to decide whether we would take Stephen Davis back, Ulster.
Scientific poll.
Yes. And we'll make it really easy, Fox and Bridge, will we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no? We can't be any more simple than that. If Stephen Davis wished to return to the club and everything was financially sound, would you take him back? Yes or no? Oh, here we go. Ulster, what's your thinking?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's what it might be. Bridgeman, while you're typing there.
I'm putting in the lobby. Yes.
Even more than me, more yeses than
me. Fox.
Yes, I would take Stephen Davis.
Oh, and I've got to say, I'll be really honest, it's a yes for me. Yeah.
Stephen Davis, you've got 4 yeses.
I mean, that's the way we should sign players, Fox.
Now, of course, you're down to what our manager would think. Do you think our manager would like Stephen Davis in his team? Does he fit the thought process of our manager? That's a tricky bit. Certainly the fans.
I think Stephen Gerrard would recognise the quality in Stephen Davis. Do you know?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm just meaning, would he want him in the team to do X, Y, and Z? I don't know. I just don't know. But he would be the type of person you could bring into your team and an automatic captain in the making as well. You know, just give him the job, get on with it, and let him run the team. We did that before with him. He came in, we made him captain. He was running the team for us, and we fell apart.
Stephen George actually, he's in the Northern Ireland song that they always sing.
Give us a wee version then.
We're waiting.
Well, not say the bad words like, I'll change it, will it? Forget your Lampard, your Stevie Gerrard. Please don't take our Davis away.
Aye, there you go.
That's better than my donut one that Skipper sent me, innit? You know, but wait a minute, you're going to have to change the words now.
I know. We'll have to change them.
You forget Lampard too. Hell.
Take our Gerrard and Davis away.
Yeah, that works, doesn't it, Bridge?
Absolutely. And very well sung, I say. Well sung. The man's got a lot to his voice.
Hoot's the man with lyrics, isn't he, Fox?
He's a wordsmith, yeah. He's a wordsmith.
He is indeed.
Hoot, what a silver-tongued devil the Hoot is.
The Hoot.
The Hoot, one and only Hoot. Could we say that Hoot's the key man when it comes to verses, Fox?
We could.
All right, okay.
Facebook's all going for yeses.
Yes. What's the lobby saying, Bridge?
Let me go back into it again. I've just
100% yes, mate. I've not seen. Oh, I'm telling a lie. Perth,
who said no?
Perth Campsy Jer.
Well, Perth Campsy Jer said no from me.
Oh.
Let me see. I've not seen that one. What does that make the percentages then?
99%.
That'll do it. We'll accept that.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Poor Ibrox. We miss him, don't we?
We need you back, Ibrox. If you're listening, we need you back.
The Ibrox calculator. That's what he is. The Ibrox calculator. That's what we need.
Mate, he's a walking oracle.
Absolutely.
Oracle. You know?
Don't remind me about Oracle.
What's up with you about Oracle?
I'm saying, don't remind me about Oracle. That was the systems I worked in. They were big system.
Right, okay.
We've been joined by the Marnock. How are we doing, the Marnock?
Oh,
hey!
Good,
Don't man up there, how you doing?
Good
Hey,
evening,
Tom
lads.
Warnock.
How we doing, mate? Here's your thoughts. We'll start with the game last night, mate. What's your thinking?
It's terrible, mate. Terrible. Didn't think it
And
any
then-
worse than the week before.
And it did.
But we got the main result. It was the result. You know what I mean? That's what we were through. That's all we needed. But it was terrible at stages of the game.
It was a tough watch, wasn't it? The passing. I thought the passing was particularly poor, mate.
Missing chances again, and I can't believe Gerrard kept Morelos on again. You know what I mean? It just. But hey, we're through, and we'll take it. But we need to improve quickly.
They need to improve with the players we've got in the midfield and the forwards that were playing yesterday. Will they be playing at Pittodrie or the six of them?
I'd like to think we get another couple of bodies in. I'll take Steve Davis, without a doubt. Bring us a bit
Good
of
man.
quality.
I think we need to kick. I think we need to kick Old School Blues charity appeal in and we'll crowdfund to get Stephen Davis back. Sorry, Old School.
When's he getting his hair shaved? I'll donate to that later on.
He's
When
getting
is
it
that
done
happening?
then end August, mate. End August, mate. It's a long time. Well, it's not a long time, a few weeks away, but a great cause, mate, and fair play to him. If you've ever met Old School, mate, he's locks and his pride and joy, so it takes a lot of effort.
Aye.
There's a sadistic member in the lobby who would like to see him waxed all over instead.
Oh.
He doesn't like that. I offered him that in Plymouth, Fox. He didn't fancy it.
I don't know what you two were up to in that room in Plymouth, so we'll just leave it
Don't
there.
say it. Don't say it.
But all I know is we couldn't sleep for the noises that were coming from your room.
That's from Bones.
Oh.
I can't say. I'm not allowed to say. Don't man. I would love to tell you all, but I can't.
Spill the beans,
Sworn to
man.
secret. So, what was any positives for you last night, mate?
No. Getting through the next round, that was a positive. The final whistle was a positive. Bit of doom and gloom, but it was just the way I felt watching it. It was terrible. It really was. But onwards and upwards. Find out tomorrow.
Did you like the managers? The way the manager? I mean, there was no flannel for the manager, was there?
No, he's straight talking. I like that. It's no waffle, you know what I mean? He sees it how it is. Well, after the game anyway. I think, again, last week, stages he was standing again, arms folded, and just think to yourself, change it. But the two young boys that came on at the end again, they were quite good. A wee breath of fresh air for the team.
Best pass of the night for young Ajera.
Aye, just cut that through the middle of them. Aye, sweet, nice pass. And Glenn, Middleton, just pity. He just when something was on it, wasn't it? He just.
His first touch
Aye.
just didn't take him where he wanted, and that made it. He miscued it. If his touch would have been better, and you could see the frustration in the boy's face. He knew he should have done better.
I think you're hitting that first time. You know what I mean? Right across the goalkeeper. You're not giving the keeper a chance to react. That, as I say, that was a perfect ball. He's running on it, and you just hit that in the one goal. You don't take a touch there.
I mean, even if you take a touch, it's got to be a very soft touch just to let the ball go into the right position
just
for
to
you.
control it.
It was just, it just seemed to hit it just a wee bit too hard, or the ball hit him just a wee bit too hard, you know. It's just sad to see that.
It'd be the right side of the pitch for me. If it was on the other side, you just cut across it with my right and put it in the top corner, Bridge.
I remember you telling me you could do these things, but obviously.
Then I woke up, Bridge. Then I woke
exactly,
up.
Yeah. I think a big centre half woke you up.
Aye, then I
you
woke
can't
up.
do that, son.
Aye. I've got to say, I thought the two centre backs, they've not played against anybody, but what they have showed me, Domano, is they have got pace. compared to what we had before, and I think that's got to be a positive going forward.
Well, I think there was one point, I can't remember if it was first half or second half, and the ball went out to the right while they were attacking, and I thought Katic just kind of nonchalantly jogged over towards the ball, and then their wee winger flew in and picked the ball up. I said, well, why are you, basically rushing to get the ball? And I thought he was just kind of jogging along to get it, and the wee attacker picked the ball up. But that was at one point in the game I noticed that. But well, they've got to be better than what we've had, without a shadow of a doubt.
I think Dunmarnock, I think the Ox is right. They've got far more pace than what we had last year. They're far more comfortable on the ball than what we had last year. Obviously, they're going to come up against a lot better teams, and those times we'll find out just what they've really got. But I'm a lot more comfortable than I was last year with the two centre backs. I think we've been desperately needing some big height and big fellas to do the job, and no fear. Get in there, no fear. Now, they'll still give away stupid fouls because that's the way strikers operate, but we need to be strong. They need to be strong. They need to stand up to them and just don't let them back into them. Just, stand against them. That's what they need to do.
It's early days, isn't it? They need to build an understanding of each other, get a partnership going, know each other. Know what I mean? So you can't argue with 2 games, 2 clean sheets. That goes for McGregor as well. Know what I mean? You can't.
Well, that wonderful relationship that centre-backs have with a goalkeeper is there. I'm afraid that Wes didn't give them. I don't think that Wes gave the boys for last year that, and I don't think Wes would give these boys that. McGregor gives them that. So if anything gets past him or them, then there's a good chance McGregor can either pick it up or will possibly have a good attempt at saving it.
That save he done last night, basically, I think he more or less fell on the ball, you know what I mean? And
exactly, yeah.
Wes would have. I'd win by Wes. Wes couldn't get done quick enough.
Well, I wouldn't want to malign him too much. All I'm meaning is that from a centre defensive perspective, you're playing there. If a high ball comes in, you either know from where you are on the pitch, your pitch geography tells you where you are, type of thing, and will I let this go? Will the keeper be able to get it? Or am I going to drop the keeper in the shit? And you don't want to drop your goalkeeper in the shit, that's for sure. So they've won everything. I have every confidence in these boys.
It's just quite funny to see McGregor out the box as well. Remember, he ran right out to...
That's right, yeah.
I don't think Wes would be doing that. He kind of stuck to his line, I think, didn't he?
Yeah.
What were the coming and goings, Dunmarnock? Forrester away, potentially Hodgson, Herrera away on loan. Are you happy how we're doing with that side of things?
I actually quite liked Forrester, but he had a lot of good skill, but I think he was lazy. I think there was rumours that he liked a swallow, you know what I mean? And I think he's called a Spice Boy earlier, and that's probably true. And he just had to get his head down and graft, but I think he was just liked the lifestyle too much, didn't he? The sounds of it. I'll be glad to see Hodgson go. I'd wish him well as well. Once if he gets to another club, again, just never good enough. I always thought he never ever made a tackle. Hodgson, I always thought he was just he would try to guide people out the park with the ball. Just put the boot in, make a tackle. I can't believe he's a non-island internationalist.
Dominic, from my perspective, I've never, shall we say, forgotten when we were playing Hibs at Ibrox and the boy ran back from he actually had run out the park, and Hodgson had the ball and he ran back and took it off him and scored. I just can't believe it. I just still can't believe it. I'm just stunned that that boy didn't have the wherewithal to know where he was and who was coming up behind him. I know people could steal up behind you, but no, it's just crazy. A real disaster for him. Real disaster.
Aye. So I hope he gets a club. Maybe not in Scotland. And he'd. I know there was talk about St Mirren, wasn't there? He'd go to St Mirren and he'd play Magic against us. That's what would happen.
Well, the pressure would be off him, wouldn't it? The pressure would be completely off him. I don't want him to go. I don't want him to go to any Scottish club. I don't want to give them anything at all.
No,
I wouldn't give them a loan. I wouldn't even give them a loan if I could help it.
Yep. They try to destroy us, didn't
You wouldn't give me a loan.
Well, you know what I mean. I wouldn't allow any of our players to go out and loan to, if we could help it, to any other Scottish team. I just wouldn't allow it. Wouldn't allow it happen. I would prefer them down to England and learn their trade down there. That's my honest opinion.
Yep. So he plays for Northern Ireland, didn't he? He's
yeah.
How bad? How bad is the talent pool there? I think Scotland's got problems.
That's a good point.
Then saying that, Russell Martin, when he's Scottish internationalist.
Yeah, you were saying that earlier on that I think somewhere along the line we've thought, or whomever was looking at him has thought, well, he's a Scottish international. We should be existing, not as if he was 10 years ago. I mean, he is the current Scottish international centre half. I'm thinking, I thought too, that's not a bad wee steal. Get him up on loan. Let's see how he is. He should be okay. 2 games he lasted before the doubt started creeping in. This guy's not got it,
Total disaster.
Look, you and I know, and anybody that watches Rangers knows that pressure on these players is incredible, and the fans don't half let them know it as well. You've got to be really good to play for Rangers. You've just got to be good.
Aye, we're a tough crowd, especially at Ibrox.
Yeah.
But when you go, Ulster.
No, just said. Do you want to know how bad the pool is for Northern Ireland? I think we've got 90 from the whole country, about 90 professional footballers that come out of the whole country. So that's what we've got to really pick from, to be honest.
That's not good, is it? It's not good,
nope, but still doing okay. Still doing
okay. Without a doubt,
I could have got 50 caps if I could have won a Northern Irish granny. Dominic, who's excited?
Ulster Scott connection.
I'm sure they'd have fun it, but they might have been too far away, mate. Who are the players that's come in? What's the positives for you? Who are you looking forward to seeing the piece? Are you thinking there's going to be more transfer activity?
I think we definitely did, but I think what I was saying, we need another big forward, and an attacking midfielder, creative midfielder. I don't know if I've got the money for that. As I said before, I don't know half these players that we brought in. I never knew most of them under Caixinha. Never knew 80% of the team. Most of them were all duds. Again, I don't know 80% of the people coming in. Apart from your obvious Arfield and stuff like that. So it's I guess I was 2 games in, so it's early days. I've still got hope there, know what I mean? That we pick up. But I don't know.
Are you on the? As the phrase has been, are you on the train, mate?
I was on the train the last time, but I jumped on the back of it, know what I mean? As it's slowly pulling out the station. I'm always on the train.
Right.
But
you up front this time, middle, or are you still jumping on the back?
I'm still on the back. Ticket's bought and paid for, but I'm on the back here.
Oh, at least you bought your ticket.
Yeah. But I've not been impressed the last 2 games, but it's just 2 games, it's a brand new team. Well, I know we had a lot of the same players playing, but I think we will improve.
I hope so, mate. I couldn't watch that every week.
Suicidal.
I mean, I couldn't fault the effort. I couldn't fault the work rate. There was chances that we made that should have been taken to change the game, but it was the passing that got to me, mate. And I mean that. You couldn't even pick one person out. I think it was a disease that spread through the team last evening.
Can I ask you something there? See if the results were reversed and we'd have been over there and drew 0 each, never been in danger, came back, the amount of chances we created at Ibrox and we ended up winning 2-0, do you think people would be so despondent just now?
I think if you were critiquing that game last night, you'd have to be honest and say that the passing was poor. But I get your point. You would have been more positive if it came like that. Domano?
You'd be happy with nothing each for your first game, you know what I mean? And come back to Ibrox, a team nobody's probably ever heard of, and you're saying, I will beat them at Ibrox. So you might look at it different. I suppose the temperatures were up, started getting up yesterday as well, didn't they? So I suppose you need to factor that into the equation as well. Plus 25, going up to 30s, was it as hot as that?
32.
32. No,
they had to have water breaks. They had to get water breaks. 33, I think it was. Right.
I've never seen a water break. The only time I've seen a water break was when the boy was injured.
Yeah, I heard the boys saying, one of the commentators saying they're having a water break because the temperature's risen up. So.
I just remember back to the cup final. Boyd came off, said it was too hot. No can go. It sells Arfield a dummy, didn't he? It was Arfield that kind of and puts that.
We played Burnley, yeah.
Who?
Was it Burnley we playing?
Against Falkirk.
Falkirk. Sorry.
Scottish Cup final. I can't mind Burnley being in it.
No. You're right. Scottish Cup final. Apologies, I'm not listening properly.
But that was Boyd coming off, wasn't it? It wasn't even Boyd coming off saying it was too hot. Remember, when he came back at half time. Chris Boyd.
I remember that, mate. I had a 2009 Cup final from memory. It was swelling. You mentioned Arfield. How do you think he's going to do for us over the piece?
I think he'll be a great player. A bit worrying he gets injured the first game, but I think he looks. He's going to contribute. I think he'll contribute consistently if he's. I don't know what his history or his injuries. Has he been constantly playing? Is injury prone? I don't know, but I think he's a good player, and I think we'll reap the benefits from him. Hopefully.
I'm hopefully will. Yes, I'm hopefully will. He's going to be one of our, shall we say, redeeming factors in midfield. Mm-hmm, he's going to be able to be the tricky player, the player that can the oxtear that can find a pass. That kind of thing.
You stop us now. You stop us.
I still made him my captain. I wouldn't give it.
Oh, thanks very much, mate.
The only thing, Bridge, the only good thing about his career is we've only playing at the same time as him.
I know for you too. Right.
That's no fair, but Foxy, that's no fair. But you're right.
We'd have ganged up with him and sorted him right out, wouldn't we?
Oh, I'd have leathered him. First tackle, he'd have got whacked. Done. Oh, well, somebody's kicked me.
Did he shoot for VAR?
They're spot on there. There would have been somebody kicked me, but you know what? I've been shouting, Domanoc.
There you go. Goal.
Ah! Love it. Brilliant, pal. Brilliant. Everybody knows that's not true.
Well, if Ibrox Loyal could tell us he's a 6'2" goalkeeper, I could say I'm a football player, alright?
It's a good laugh, isn't it? It's a really good laugh. You've got to do it, haven't you?
The manager, impressive man, and he's going to drag us to success.
I'll say aye. I've got my doubts, but I need to say aye. I need to believe in him. You know what I mean? He's your manager. He is a winner. Inexperienced, but you can only get experience being in a role, can't you? You learn on the job. So
no, Mark, what makes you think it'd be so negative about the manager? Is it because he's inexperienced?
Aye, yep. That's
just that.
That's it. But as I say, he's a born winner. He's a fighter. Hopefully, he'll no suffer fools gladly.
He's surrounded himself with good people.
It's so his squad, isn't it? For doing south.
Liverpool, people he knows and he trusts, and that's important for me. Get the blend right.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Really good to speak to you. You can come on any time you like and have a pot of these, that Bridgeman and Fox. They deserve it. But, the last word of the evening, the one and only Bridge.
Well, what can I say? It's been a smashing night tonight. A really good chat. Enjoyed it with everybody. So thank you to everyone. And can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, please keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need it. Keep it going.
Get here, and thanks for all the kicks you've given me tonight, Bridge.
None of them sore. None of them sore.
This has been Rangers Radio. This has been Rangers Radio. Can I thank each and every one of you for taking the time to join us? Fox, Bridge, Big Ulster, and of course the Marnock. Can also remind you about Old School Blues Just Giving pledge. It'll be posted in the lobby, and then we'll be back tomorrow night looking at the Dave King statement and talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, the Fox.
I'd been in exile for some years and my eyes filled up with tears when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. So I took a trip along just to hear some famous songs when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. I stood there all alone while the boys all down from home sang of Rangers, that team of great renown. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now on the field below, the boys put on a show, the likes they'd never seen at Molyneux. And it's football, it was grand, from Macmillan, Scott and Brand, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now the league flag must come nearer with men like Bobby Shearer, the way he played at Wolverhampton town. And the world forever after would sing of Jimmy Baxter, for on his head they placed that noble crown. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now I knew it had to happen, I heard a mighty roar, the famous Glasgow Rangers they had scored. And the sky was white and blue, Wolverhampton shook right through, the loyal rampant Rangers had come through. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. When the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town.